Alright, so this is exactly how it comes out of the box. All of these parts are in one area. This whole section right here is all these little parts are going to come in a box. You have a seat and then you have a fender. So what comes in the box are your pedals for the front fork, the brake, the brake disc, the instructions, and then these are for the front fork, these little pieces, and this is the hardware. So now we're going to assemble it. Parts for the front fork installation. So you have the plastic covers, the ball bearings, you have the washers, the comb and the plastic comb headset, and then you have the gear block right here. So we're gonna go ahead and assemble it right now. So take this guy. So you take it apart, the handlebars, you see the X, you go more or less right here with the X spec facing you. So now you take the plastic cover, go in first. Then you take one of the washers. Now you have that in. You place it through here. Now same thing, just reverse. First you put one of the bearings, then one of these washers,
And
then number 3 is this comb, the metal one. Then a plastic comb. Just make sure it's all in place. Now that you have that in, you put the washers. Okay, now for the headset. Make sure to line it correctly. You take the gear block and screw it in. Okay, now you can install the disc brake. So align the holes, and it comes with the little hardware. I'm just gonna hand tighten these first. Then I'm going to go in with the Allen wrench and tighten them up. Alright, next I put the seat post in, flipped it over so it can be easier for me to put the wheel on. With the side with the disc, it goes on this side. Simply put it on. Okay. These little hook washers go inside the holes for tighter grip. Alright, now we put the caliper. This goes this way. So you're gonna have these 3 screws facing inward, and the disc is gonna go in between there. So you put the disc in between there, and you line up the holes. So screw it in. Okay, now you use your Allen wrench to tighten these. Okay, now there is a loose wire, a loose brake wire that you're gonna feed first through here. So make sure that the plastic tube goes all the way through. Now here is a little tube in there. You're gonna feed it through here. That. And now you're gonna put the wire through this little loop right here. You might need to loosen this. So you feed it through. And now you would tighten this. Now you may need to adjust a few parts in the brakes. To do that, you would just check if the brakes are nice and tight. If they're not, loosen back up, tighten it as needed or loosening it as needed. Now if you're having issues with adjusting this, if it's too tight, there's a couple of things you can do. You can either loosen this or the other side there is another Allen wrench. So you loosen those to loosen the brake. If you want, you can also try to reset it by pressing down on these little flaps here. Also, if you notice that the caliper is tilted one side or the other, you can adjust that by loosening this and rotating or moving this back and forth to get that right, and just make sure to tighten everything back up. Okay, so these pedals are labeled left and right. The right has an R, the left has an L. So this is the left, this is the right. The right screws in just like any other screw would. Righty-tighty. Now the left pedal is a little different. Instead of going right to tighten it, you actually go left to tighten it. So, and you would just get the Allen wrench to make sure those are nice and snug. Also, to pull these in, they push down and then folds. Same thing with the other side. Push down and fold. So that saves a little bit extra space.